Hi children, it's Thursday. I'm going to work on problem 4 with you so that you can have a little more help to do problems 1, 2, and 3. So the first thing I want to do is I want to identify the slope and the y-intercept of these inequalities, so that I can graph them quite easily. So if I look at this inequality, I can see that my slope is -5/2. And I can see that my intercept B is -2, or the point 0, -2. The last thing I need to decide is whether or not this is a solid or dashed line, and I can see that this is solid. So I'm going to use this information to draw my line. I'm going to put the point 0, -2 here. And then I would go down 5/2, but if you take a look at this, I can't go down 5, 1, 2, 3, right? So there's not enough space, so I have to do the opposite. So instead of going down 5 and over 2, I'm going to go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and backwards 2 spaces. So here's going to be my next point, right here. And then I would connect these with a solid line, because that is a less than or equal to symbol. Now the final thing I want to do is I want to see if one side or the other is true for this inequality. So I'm going to check the point 0, 0 to see if it's true or false. If I come back up here, this would be 0 is less than or equal to 0 minus 2. So really I'm asking, is 0 less than or equal to -2? Well, 0 is bigger than all negative numbers, so this is actually false. So I know this side is false, which means the other side must be true. So that's the side that I would shade, because that's the side that is true. Okay, and then I'm going to do the exact same process for the other problem. So let's take a look at this inequality here. Let's make my pen a little smaller. Again, I want to identify the slope and the y-intercept. If I look at this inequality, the slope is -1/2, and my intercept, my y-intercept, is 2, or the point 0, 2. That means my graph is beginning at the point 0, 2. The last thing I want to decide is whether or not this is a dashed or solid line. Since this is strictly less than, I know this is dashed. So I'm going to make a dashed line using this information. I'm going to go to 0, 2. My slope is down 1/2. So I'm going to go down 1/2, put a point, down 1/2, put a point. I can also go backwards. I can go up 1, back 2, up 1, back 2. This is a dashed line, so I'm going to make a dashed line as best as I can. And the last thing I'm going to do is to check if 0, 0 is true or false for this inequality. So let's come back up to our inequality. If I decided to check if 0, 0 is true, I would plug in 0 for y. If I plug in 0 for x, this becomes 0. So I want to know if 0 is less than 2. Absolutely 0 is less than 2. So I know this side is true for green. And I would shade this side. Now, the solution set, though, is only the part that is double shaded. So if I look at this part right here that's double shaded, it's from here down this way. This is the part that's double shaded. This is my solution set. As you can see, there's some orange that's not part of the solution, and there's some green that's not part of the solution. That's exactly how it should be, because the only part that's the solution is the part that has both colors in it. So then I would just make sure that I write that this is my solution, and then I'm done. Okay, go ahead, use that as an example to do the next 3. These problems should be pretty straightforward because they're all written in slope-intercept form for you. So for all of them, you should be writing what the slope is, you should be writing what the intercept is, and you should be checking a point to see which side is true. I will see you tomorrow.